Hi there, and welcome to this thing where I talk about my Unikitty alternate universe, Frown of Doom, and how much this AU has changed since I first made it, and how this new cover symbolizes it, because from the beginning, the synopsis was pretty much the same. Master Frown killing his fellow Doom Lords and becoming the only one left, but like, what got me to first make the AU was number one, the episode Stuck Together, which of course it was the only one with the Doom Lords in it at the time, other than him, but like, the thing that kind of got my attention for a while was how they just wouldn't shut up about his incompetence. Like, every other second, they would just be laughing at him for his horrible incompetence, which, yes, he is a crummy Doom Lord, but at the same time, like, it just got kind of weird in my opinion that that's really all they ever said or did in that episode. And even in Plot Device and Ragtag, we really don't know anything about them, because like, the designs, names, and voices alone, what sets, say, Master Misery apart from the other Doom Lords? What defines him? Exactly nothing. They're just completely interchangeable, generic bad guys with no interesting personalities at all. And like, say what you will about Master Frown as a character, I think we can at least all agree that he's the Doom Lord with the, not just the most favorite, but really the best, at least in my opinion, personality. Like, Master Doom and Master Papercut's kinda, but at the same time, like, I would much rather have him any day than any of them, because number one, I know I'm not in any grave danger. Number two, I love Master Frown anyway, and number three, like, the other guys are just boring. But number two, Glitch Tail, because it's an amazing AT, and Camilla Cuevas, if you're watching, I love you, and I still love the series, and the music, I still find myself replaying it. The soundtrack is just beautiful. And number three, animation memes. I really don't know how to say this, just kind of mesh the three together and you get the idea to make a dark Unikitty story. What I will say is that October 2018 is quite the stepping stone for Frown of Doom, because like, summer 2019 was pretty much my hell on earth, and October was the month I truly started to recover, and most of my free time in my specialized hospital was me writing the Frown of Doom script after I had finished the asks that I hadn't yet, of course, but I was actually finishing up the story, because from the beginning I knew that some parts were definitely going to happen. Like, I already knew that I was going to start it out as an ask blog, then make a short mini comic, and yes, the choice is yours was planned from the start, but like, then I was going to start another much longer comic, which is now just mostly written, but like, I knew from the beginning that in chapter 1, Possessed Brock and Dr. Fox were going to have this giant fight together. I knew that in chapter 3, Crocodile and Dr. Fox were going to have a sweet emotional moment together, but there were some parts that I was still conflicted on, but like, especially the ending, and like, aside from everything else, when I wrote up the script, I thought of an ending and was like, okay, yes, this is perfect, I'm just gonna go with it, because I'm going to try really hard to not delve into spoiler territory here, but because like, this was a plot twist that I didn't have involved from the beginning. Like, again, aside from all the stuff I planned beforehand, some of it was just me making it up as I went, and looking back, like, everything just sort of clicked and I went with it, but now I realize that now it sort of doesn't make sense, and if I could rewrite it all and like start this AU from scratch again, I still kind of wouldn't, because it would take way too much time, but if I could, I would definitely integrate the plot twist in a lot more, and that's actually kind of what I've been trying to do recently, because like, it really makes me kind of cringe a bit when I look back at the asks, because I tried to not make Master Frown too evil, or make him, like, I didn't even want to make him the protagonist in this whole thing, but like, just I didn't want it to be like one of those crappy creepypasta characters who seems to like glorify murder and everyone wants to be like. I'm just like, no, that's the last thing I want to do. I want people to acknowledge that he's in the wrong here, and it's, you know, not good what he's doing. Like, I even said it before that he hardly ever even kills people. He's more of a sociopath than a psychopath here, because like, he wouldn't just kill people at random. Like, if someone was trying to, you know, stop him or what he was doing, or even just really, really annoying him to the point where it was just weeks or even months on end, non-stop, and had something to do with his evil motives, then yeah, he and or possessed Brock would kill them. But I mean, like, I try my best to make sure that I keep it consistent, but at the same time, don't want it to, you know, seem like nothing changes, because, again, I want to make sure that he's still a lot like the same Master Frown he's always been, where he's, you know, just a giant lovable jerk that, you know, like, how do I put this? He'll just like rub his victory in your face or something. Like, maybe he wouldn't do that too much anymore, but at the same time, like, he's more often than not doing some, at the very least, less evil things than the other Doom Lords would, but still a step up from what he used to. I'd say that, Brock was also somewhat of a big change too, but not as much, because with him, I had him a bit more like his canon self. Like, at the time, I mean, of course he's not going to be okay with his best friend just killing his peers and taking their place, at least when he isn't mind controlled. But at the same time, like, even on the cover, like, I added the teardrop and even want to engrave the emotions more. I mean, I kind of want to blame this on the fact that Season 2 Brock gives us way more emotions and just more of himself than Season 1 did. I mean, hell, my favorite episode is cheerleading, and that's his only focused episode so far, and I want more, but, I mean, like, it's like, oh my gosh, he's actually showing more emotions now. I love this, and now I want to show more of that in front of Doom. I just need more Brock in general. I love him too much, but, like, even with Possessed Brock, like, when I first started it out, I wasn't entirely sure if he even remembered what he did while he was possessed or not, and then just decided after a while when someone asked me, I was like, okay, then yeah, he doesn't remember, because I don't want to make him suffer too much. But yeah, that aside, I guess all I can really say is that the layers were a huge pain to try and deal with, but there were some other parts of the design that I was kind of messing up and had to try my best to work around, as you can probably see. But other than that, it's still going along. I'm gonna finally post it to Wattpad like I promised. Just do more and try to work on more stuff for Frown of Doom, even though I'm working on some other stuff as well. Like, this is my, well, probably my biggest claim to Unikitty fandom fame, aside from the Unikitty is Fines videos that I did. But like, I'm never giving up on this AU like I did with Unicandy, because it, like, that crashed and burned horribly and miserably for a number of reasons, but mainly because I had some people's OCs involved, and those people either didn't respond to me or just lied to me horribly over the course of months. And then there was one other person who did neither of those things. Rena, if you're watching, I love you. But yeah, like, I'm absolutely not giving up on this story, no matter how many times I have to try and improvise it to make it with less plot holes or less just, I don't know, issues. Like, try and make it more like a Unikitty story, even though, like, this show is so bright, happy, over the top. Like, it can get kind of dark, and like, I just love everything about it, and I do try to make stories kind of like that. Like, again, I tried with Unikitty, and even that just didn't work out too well. Like, even if I went and continued it, there was just a giant arc-ish story in that one too, and the show hasn't really given us anything like that. I mean, but again, this it still means a lot to me, and for as many times as I feel like I get a little slow with the progress, maybe a bit unmotivated, there are still times where I feel myself really picking up and starting to work on it more. Like, just today I got a little comic thing from a fandom friend of mine, Green Key. Again, I love you. But yeah, just to see the amount of people who really love what I do and have joined me in making the illustrations, I just really can't thank everybody enough for how far I made this come, and just how much I gotta pat myself on the back here, even if I hate doing it, about just how much better I've been getting at drawing the characters, even if Crocodile and Dr. Fox are still huge pains in the butt to draw. Like, even still, Master Frown is the one character I can draw completely without a reference, because of how many times I've drawn him. Brock, too, kinda. Really, the only issue for me when I draw him is his eyebrows. Like, just go back to some of my older stuff, even if it's just for Frown of Doom, and you'll see just how much his eyebrows, like, sort of change. Like, I don't know whether to make them that thick or that long. Like, it just gets crazy. But as much as I sort of changed the details and even major parts of the story itself, I'm still happy to keep this going, and if there's some parts I could take the time to go back and rewrite, I definitely would. But for now, I guess all I can really do is just take what I have, get the more subtle parts, you know, just let them in, and just reflect on the stuff that I had already decided to make changes to, and you know, just try and find a way to integrate that, because again, you start off just having all these random ideas and not really knowing for sure where you're going, and just having it in there, and it's not really the best idea, but I guess it's better than nothing, because I'm happy I made it the time that I did, because it got me on the Unikitty Amino, it got me to meet all these incredible people, and like, I'm still always working to improve, no matter how horribly some ideas age, or just how badly I think some stuff won't hold up. That's what keeps me going. That's what I take the time to look back on and really improve, just show how much I try to change as someone who writes and draws things. It's kind of what I really want to do in life, aside from anything music related, so, you know, might as well go with it, right? But yeah, like, considering just how far and how much the story has grown, I really wanted the cover to, at least compared to my old one, reflect on it. So I guess all I can really say now is thanks again so much, everyone, for sticking around and being patient with me. I know it's really hard, but hey, I guess at least it's not mid to late 2018 where I went through my living hell experience, and I'm actually well enough to do stuff even if school does get in the way. So thanks again so much, and I really hope you stick around, because I'm not, you know, gonna stop until this is actually finished. And I know that I just kept on rambling, but I had this and now I mess up, but this was completely unscripted. I'm just kind of going as I like, making it up as I go, but I did have to take a few takes because I just got too awkward and rambling-ish, but like, I already came so far already, so this is just gonna be the final take. And again, thanks so much. Bye.